Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna do things a little different. Today we're gonna be doing some harvesting. Now, for the past few days, I have been cleaning up my garden space, meaning I have been weeding, pulling weeds, and doing small spaces garden tour. In every space that I clean up, I did a garden tour and then I pull weeds. Today I want to do some harvesting because I feel like if I left the harvest a little longer, I'm gonna lose some of my crop. So I need to harvest and then I can revisit the garden tours and the cleanup and stuff like that. But today I need to focus in my vegetable garden. Now, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for following along. I really do appreciate the support. Subscribing to the channel really does help every YouTube person that intends to continue to make videos. So thank you guys so much for following along. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go down and get my basket and stuff so that I can prepare myself for harvesting. So let's do that. It feels cool back here. My basket have a whole lot of stuff in it. So now I gotta empty this basket so I can actually use it. Yeah. So one of the first thing I'm gonna be harvesting is garlic. So what I'm gonna do is pull one and see what it looks like before I pull all of them. But based on the look of these garlic, I believe that I need to harvest them. And what I'm gonna do, instead of putting it in this basket for right now, I'm gonna put it right here. Let's see what one looks like. This is one of my garlic. And because it looks like this, I think I'm gonna harvest all of them. My mom would scream. Look at it. My mother would scream. This soil is really good. Really, really good. That's 3 of them. My mother would scream. So this is what happened. When you take too long to harvest your garlic, you see it's starting to basically come apart in the soil. So you got good cloves of garlic, but they're starting to come apart. So it's easy to just pull, see, pull the fags apart. So don't wait too long to harvest. This is today's garlic harvest. I got quite a number of garlic here. If I remember correctly, this is about 85 to 90 cloves of garlic. And look at that. And all of this came out of that space right there. Now, if you don't know about garlic, in order to, once you harvest it, well, starting from the beginning, what I did was I turned off the irrigation for 2 days and I wet my plants with my hands, basically with a hose. So by turning off the irrigation, this area didn't get a lot of soaking water. So I was able to harvest and keep it dry. And that's why it looked like this. It looks dry, like literally you could kind of brush off the soil. Now, if you want more of the soil to come off, that can happen as well. But for me, what I'm gonna do, what you're supposed to do when you harvest garlic. So these garlic, you can braid it all together. You can braid them maybe like 5 or 8 or 10 in a bundle and just braid it. Like braid it as though you're plaiting something. You know what I mean? And what you're going to do is store it in a dark, cool place. Now, a dark, cool place for me would be my basement. So in my basement, I'm going to take all these garlic. I'm going to put it there because most of the time, if I'm not down there, the light is off in the kitchen. So I'm going to put it in that dark place. It's going to be cool. It's not going to be hot. And it's going to actually dry these garlic really well. That way, what you're going to do is you're going to be able to get all the rest of the soil off of the garlic. You'll be able to cut back these roots because it's going to be totally dry. And then you'll be able to cut off this stalk all the way up here. So what you're leaving basically is just this large clove. And from that point, you can basically, once it's stored properly, you can basically use it all through the year. Well, depending on how much you use garlic. Now, I do use a lot of garlic, but there's no way I can go through all this garlic like extremely fast because this is a lot of garlic. Okay, I'm possibly gonna use some of these cloves to plant again in October so that I can produce more for the following year. And that's how I do garlic. It's very simple. Garlic is very simple. So don't make it hard, y'all. Don't make it hard. Do the research. I did a lot of research on garlic and I find it to be really easy. And again, I got some very large cloves because look at this. Very large. And some that are really small. I'm trying to find a small one. I would say like this. This is very small. But it's still a lot of garlic. Still a lot of garlic, y'all. This is my first my second harvest. So this is soft neck garlic. The first harvest was hard neck garlic. And I'm going to be using all of that. I'm going to be storing all that. The first set is already stored. And now I'm about to use the second set. So, all right. Now I am going to walk around in my garden space and harvest a few more things. Like for instance, I'm going to harvest this cabbage now. Then we'll probably do like some peppers and herbs and stuff like that. So, all right. So this is the rest of my harvest. I got some cabbage, kale, peppers, sweet peppers, jalapeno peppers, zucchini, a lot of herbs, y'all. A lot of herbs. I took some kale out because I want to use that for sauteing some kale. And this is just gonna work perfectly. I do have a lot of kale, so I use it as I need it. I don't just cut it and take it in with me. As I need it, I cut it. But everything else I practically use every day, like herbs and stuff. I use that every day. So I take some of it indoors, especially like the sweet peppers and stuff. As the harvest comes, that's how I use it. So this is my harvest for today with my garlic, lots of garlic. This is good for me. This is very good for me. Now I am looking at the onions, and the onions is looking pretty good. See, they're all just popping up. So pretty soon I'm gonna be harvesting onions as well. But the onions got a little bit, I think they have a little bit more time on it, but the garlic definitely needed to come out. I am very glad I did this today. Very, very glad. As I walk around the garden, I realize I do have this space here that I'm gonna tuck in a few peppers. Over here, this one is almost, well, basically full, but I gotta kind of like stake the tomatoes and stuff because they're getting out of control. I do have more peppers and stuff coming up. Like, I have more peppers here. This branch is fallen, but there's more peppers, but I want to leave it to get, you know, a lot more bigger than it is right now. But I do have a lot of things are still coming up, which is really, really good. This is the long bean asparagus. This is running to glory. I'm so glad I put the trellis here so it can run on. And I do have a lot more zucchini, even cucumbers. On this side I have a lot of small baby cucumbers that are coming up like that. A lot of small baby cucumbers. So I'm gonna get a lot of cucumbers, a lot of zucchini. There's lots of small ones that are coming up. So this garden space is doing very well. Potatoes. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to harvest potatoes. I'm gonna give this some more time so the foliage and stuff will die back. The one thing I forgot to take out was, yo, I got some Swiss chard right over there. I don't know if you can see it within this sunlight, but I got some Swiss chard over there I gotta take out. And I gotta cut some sage. I forgot to cut that, but I will. I'll go back and cut some of that. And then over here, this pumpkin was very surprising because this is actually not pumpkin. This is squash. I think so. I think so. Y'all don't quote me on this, but it have a lot of flowers in there, so I know this is gonna start bearing soon. This tomato, look at this, out of control already. This space here, I could dig the root out for the Swiss chard that the rabbits ate, and I can actually plant something else here. I got some more peppers coming up here. The cabbage. Pretty soon I'm gonna get more cabbage. Like this one is doing so good, and pretty soon that's gonna be ready. The purple cabbage, those are coming along pretty good. Yeah, so I'm gonna get quite a few things. The oh god, yo, spinach. I was trying to remember the name spinach. Anyway, I actually cut that as I go as well, and believe it or not, it's hot, but they're still forming leaves as I cut. More leaves come up, which is pretty good because it's just a small patch. And yeah, I keep cutting back on everything. But the garden is doing so good. I have no complaints. No complaints. I just need to come out here and harvest on time because I did plan from the beginning of the year to focus a little bit more on my veggies. So I want to keep that up and make sure that I'm doing it. So anyway, all right guys, I'm gonna end this video here because I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time in the garden, so I think I spent enough time out here. I think it's been like an hour and a half or something like that since I came out to harvest, and I'm very glad that I did so. But I'm gonna put some water on some of these plants. I did turn on the irrigation, so I'm gonna continue to put water on some of these plants, and like the ones that doesn't have irrigation, so that they're fully saturated because of this heat. And then I'm gonna go indoors and maybe work up some dinner with that kale. Anyway, you guys have an amazing evening, y'all. Hope you get a chance to do something amazing today. I did something amazing today. I harvest, and harvesting felt really good. It was tiring with the garlic because garlic took a little while to harvest because there was so many. So sometimes it's not as fast as the video seems because sometimes we speed up the videos, but the garlic took a little bit of time to harvest. So anyway, if you again, well, I should mention, if you are a new subscriber, once again, thank you so much for subscribing. I noticed I did have a few new followers, so thank you so much for subscribing. To all my older troopers, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I am very, very grateful. Subscribing to the channel keeps me going. It really does. So once again, thank you guys so much. You guys have an amazing evening once again. Hope you get a chance to do something amazing, something beautiful, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye for now.